we thought we'd start some fall activities. And one of the cool things you can do in fall is apple picking, right? Because apples are fresh. And maybe in our next video I'll have some actual apples to show you, but today we're just going to do an apple-themed thing. All right, we're going to make some dough that smells like apple pie, and then we're going to make our pretend apple pie.
Should be fun.
Mm-hmm. So we've never made this dough before. We're going to hope it's good, and we only need 3 things. So we need flour.
And this is, see the flour.
White and it's soft. We need some kind of vegetable oil. And then we need apple pie spice. So this is just to make it smell like apple pie. So if you're at home and you don't have that, you could use cinnamon. You don't even have to use it. It's just for the smelling part. All right? So the first thing that we both are going to need is 1 cup of flour. So we'll have Miss Kathy measure her 1 cup of flour first.
Oh, look at Miss Stacy. It's 1 whole cup.
1 cup. With
Oh,
raining
you see
flour.
it? Do you hear it kind of hitting? All right, Miss Stacy. I think you're good for all the ones.
Let's see. Here
But
we
you
go.
could pour. That time I just dunked
This
in.
could end badly. Let's see. Oh, it's perfect.
Look
We
at
have
it.
just
Yay.
enough flour. So I have mine 1 cup. Ooh, it's snowing flour.
Ooh.
Ready? My flour's gonna rain. Wow. All right.
So look, we got flour in the pan.
And you know, whenever you have flour, that you can't always play with it before you do your next thing, right? You can spread it out. You can make lines. You can make it snow. You could write your name. I'm gonna write an S for Miss Stacy. So many things we can always do with flour. All right. The next thing we need, we're each gonna get 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. Okay. Use 2 hands to open my container. I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna twist. This is a new container, so hopefully. Oh, we gotta take the top off. Oh man.
Oh dear.
Pinch it with my fingers, and I'm gonna pull really hard. Hopefully we'll get it off. We're getting there. Okay. I'd like to get the rest of it off. Maybe we'll do that after the video. So, I have 1/4 cup. Really, you should probably use a liquid measuring cup, but we're not baking, so it's okay. So it's a little bit yellowish. We're pouring it in. I'm going to pour it into my dough.
Now, unlike the flour, this is kind of greasy. So it's not light and fluffy.
You don't really want to touch it. It'll make your hands all
Yeah. So we'll pour it in.
And the last thing we need is just to make it smelly, our apple pie spice. There's no measurement, you just add a bunch. Let's see if I can smell it through my mouth. A little bit, it smells pretty good. So I'm gonna put in this brown apple pie spice, a bunch of it, to make my dough smell really good.
Ooh. Mmm. I love apple pie. So look at our, it's right now, it's white with the brown and tan for the oil.
A lot of stuff on front of you, sorry guys. Alright, so what do you think we need to do next to make it into dough? Miss Kathy already started. We're gonna mix it.
Mix it up a little bit and see what happens.
It smells really good.
Oh, it really smells. As you mix it up, you can really smell the spice. The apple pie spice.
Got some dough on my leg.
All right, Miss Kathy's not patient with using something like this. So I'm just going to dig in and
So I'm gonna
see
use my spatula. I'll use my hands in a minute.
if I can get this together.
Oh man, it's like a race.
But like dough that you make at home when you make pie, if you don't buy it, sometimes it sticks together perfectly, and other times, oh well.
Alright, I'm gonna use my hands now too.
Because this is a little dry.
Well, it's supposed to be dry. It's called cloud dough. I think it's kind of like moon sand. You guys ever play with moon sand where you squeeze it and it sticks together, but then if you push hard enough, it comes apart? Yeah. I think
So-
that's what we're going for.
See, because as it's together, it's a ball, but as I push it, it's coming apart.
mine's stuck in a nice ball. Ready? I'm gonna come up close and we're gonna show you what happens. So it's in a ball right now, and I'm gonna squeeze it. And it's gonna come apart, but it feels really cool.
It's soft. It is so soft. It's a very soft, nice smelling dough.
So now that you have it, you could just play with it, right? And you can do all the things that we would do with Play-Doh. You could make shapes. Of course, you could make lines. But we are gonna make a pretend apple pie with it, right? So, hands are a little dirty for this activity, but we'll make it work. Okay? So we're going to pretend that this plate is our pie plate, all right? Because usually pies are round. So we'll put our dough on the plate, and then we'll roll it out to make it nice and smooth.
So you got a rolling pin. It rolls. Meow.
Uh-oh, it almost rolled on the floor.
Some can be wooden. They have all different kind of rolling pins now, so we'll just lightly,
This is going to be a challenge.
just lightly roll it, maybe.
Happy's using her two hands and she's pushing.
Very lightly.
If you had real dough, you could push harder, but this dough I think will fall apart if we push too hard.
Okay, Miss Stacy.
All right, I'm going to roll out my dough. There we go. Ooh, rolling it out. Pushing with my two hands. Oh, it looks good. So this is like our bottom of the pie.
So Miss Stacy's is coming out way better than mine.
I'm gonna push it in a little bit and make it round. I think I used all my dough. I used all your dough, but we have different size pies. So pretty cool. So this is like the bottom, and in the middle, if it was an apple pie, you would put some apple pie filling. But we're gonna do pretend apple pie filling. So there's all different kinds of apples. We'll show you in another video, but there's red apples, green apples, yellow apples. So we're gonna take some things that are all those colors and put them into our pie, right? So I have some streamers.
And I have some red ribbon.
Ooh. So we're just gonna make these little pieces. We can rip it, we can cut it, whatever we need to do to put it into our pie.
Now Miss Stacy's using scissors and I'm using scissors, but mine make noise. But they're not toey. I forgot to take the... I think I'm going to have to borrow Miss Stacy's scissors.
I don't know if
because
these scissors will work for that either, but we can try.
these aren't cutting.
Yeah, sometimes ribbon is hard to cut.
This works perfect.
Yay!
So we have some red apple.
Mine has red apple too, and now I'm going to put in some yellow apple.
All right, and instead I'm going to use this
Ooh.
yarn, and if you look at this yarn, come on. Oh. If you look at this yarn, it has some green and some very light yellow. It even has a hint of purple. But if you see sometimes the way apples ripen,
They're all different colors.
they're all different colors. So I'm going to borrow Miss Stacy's scissors again because for my things, I'm going to just cut. Here's the green and a yellowish color. And the little purple.
Good. So my pie has red and yellow. Miss Patsy's pie has all different colors. I'm going to just put some green apples in mine now.
So she's got the green. I also have just plain green ribbon, yarn here too.
I'm going to keep ripping with my two hands. One hand holds it and one hand rips.
She rips and I cut. So we've got some more green because most of the apples are green and red, mostly. But they also have yellow apples and red apples and.
Alright, so we have our pie. We have pie crust and pie filling. Usually on the top of a pie there's some more crust, and sometimes it's like in lines. I think it's called like lattice or something like that. I don't eat very much pie. But so we're gonna use some paper and we're gonna cut it into strips. And we're gonna use that as the top of our pie. Alright?
Oops, sorry, Miss Stacy.
So if we had a marker, we could draw lines, but we can just cut because it doesn't have to be exact. All right. So we're gonna cut. If you want to cut some detail, let's see here.
Oh, I didn't see my
I
papers.
know it was a holiday.
I'm going to use the vibrating scissors, and hopefully that will cut. Oh no, do you hear that noise? Wow, Stacy's are nice and quiet. Listen.
Unless I bang. I don't know, but if I just cut like this.
See, that's soft, and this is very loud. So I add 2, 3. My pie is smaller than Miss Stacy's.
I find my too big for these papers. I'm gonna put mine on so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So
Look at
Stacy
that.
has 6 and I have 4. She has more than I do, and I have less than she does.
So we have these pretend pies, which are fun to play with. You can play pretend, and you can pretend to serve them to someone or eat them. But also, you can take the stuff off of it, and then you still have this dough that you can play with. You can squish it back up into a ball, and you can play some more. What do you think about that?
And since it smells so good,
A little messy, but it smells really good. It cleans up easy. Alright. So now you guys learned a new kind of dough to make and a quote of fun activity you can do with it. So maybe I'll try it at home.